It's 9 o'clock. Would you please join us for the flag salute? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Do I have a motion to approve the minutes of the Monday, August 11th, 2025 meeting as written?
So moved. Second.
Moved by Amadroth, seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passes. Motion to retain auditors Jared Gilmore and Phillips, PA, for the preparation of the 2025 audit and the 2026 budget preparation.
I'll make that
Wait a
motion.
second, hold on a minute, I think,
So do you have the documents for that?
yes, but it needs to be 2027 budget, because we've already done the 2026 budget.
Correct.
In the world,
In 2025 on
it would be the 2025 audit, so, I'm sorry, I need to change that to 2027.
Okay, I think that
Do you
changes
wanna
to 20.
pass that around so that everybody can take a quick look at it?
Yeah.
Mark, here's a. Look at it.
I'm sorry.
There's another copy of the.
Yeah, we'll have to send one back to them. Sorry, I didn't get it in there, I didn't even think to with it doing the same thing.
The fee's about the same, isn't it?
Yes,
It's
how much is it?
55.
525 for the budget.
Yeah.
And, how much is it for the hour?
No, I was just curious if that was about the same numbers.
Yeah, I don't know if it was an increase. If it was, not much. Let me look it up so I can tell you what that was last year.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no.
Delay. Okay.
2027.
So 15,000 for one and 9,335 for the audit or the budget. Which one is which? 15 has to be for the audit, right?
Yes.
It was 54.25 in 2024.
So the 55, it was 55 for this year?
For 27.
Yeah, so they raised it up to $75.
Okay.
Does that answer your questions, Mark?
Yeah, well, I'm still looking for the cost of the audit.
For 27?
For 25.
Okay, it was 15 for 24. 15.
I mean, what's proposed for
Oh, for
20,
this.
that's the same thing. I didn't see a dollar amount for the audit. I just saw the 55.25 for the budget.
No.
I was just checking.
Oh, they don't have like
Not yet.
I doubled up this morning, so I'm good.
This is
I-
just for budget.
Yeah, I thought they used to have
So,
two different
okay.
documents, one
So
for
we
the
will
budget.
just change that to budget, sorry. I thought I know, we did this together last year, I don't know why, so, all right. We'll amend that. Okay, there you go.
Okay, let's start again. Everybody's had a chance to look at that? Okay. Motion to retain auditors Jared Gilmore and Phillips, VA, for the 2027 budget preparation.
I'll move.
Been moved by McCurry, seconded by Peterson. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Treasurer Richard Kroll, letter. Good morning, sir.
Greetings. I'll ask, I read through this. We're to help people in our county and everything, but then you're saying that we shouldn't do that. Help me understand what you're trying to tell us there, Richard.
Well, first with the interest rate
No, the second.
is one thing. I don't have a problem helping folk, but where do we draw the line with the dollar amount? I mean, first of all, we're not a bank, but now we're acting like we're in competition with the bank. And I heard it said, I wasn't here, so I don't know, that's just the way I had things put to me, was that, well, we will take over the entire thing because if something goes wrong with the loan, then we don't want to be in the same position we were with another place.
The entire thing meaning for?
The entire package of what they were asking for this other company.
Is this?
So as opposed to having 3 different banks involved, you say, well, we don't want to be involved with anybody else, we're just going to take care of the whole loan. And so banks have a portfolio, that's how they loan money out. And so if one loan is bad, they have all the rest to take care of. We don't have a portfolio, so to speak, and we aren't charging an interest rate that would be commensurate with any kind of risk we have in effect. I mean, the county's a AA minus rated entity. But what are they rated? We're paying 4% for bonds on a jail, and yet we're asking somebody else to pay 4% for something else. So they're the same as what we are. That's what I'm getting at. I would rather see us give money away, whether it's $5,000, $10,000. We will help you with some infrastructure piece, some licensing, something, as opposed to taking a large chunk of money and giving it to them, and then, oh, well, we're going to have 10 different loans. Well, if 90% of your money is tied up in one loan, if it blows up, then we're in trouble. And if you're going into something saying, well, if they go out of business, if going out of business is on your mind and that's a problem you have, then I wouldn't make the loan in the first place. If that's the reason behind why we're doing something. But I don't mind helping people, but I'm not sure that we're here to loan them the money for a business.
But that's been done before, has it not, Richard?
I'm sure it has.
I mean, I'm just,
Normally, it's not a problem, but when we're in the place where we are, where interest rates and everything else is going up and people's homes are expensive and we can't keep up with the rate of inflation on giving raises, and yet we are raising everybody else's taxes, giving our money away when we could be reducing it ever so slightly with this, instead of giving the money away, keeping it on our books and saying, well, we have this to apply to help our folk. That just seems to make more sense in the environment we're in now. And I don't know of a bank that would loan somebody money for 15 years for products, their supplies and their machinery. That's probably not going to last that long. A building, sure, but everything else that's inside that building, I don't see that happening. And that's what I'm saying. We aren't a bank. We're not accustomed to, we're not able to rate a risk. We're not able to make those decisions. That's not what we have. That's all I'm trying to say.
I guess I would rather help the people that are local, that come to us with a good business plan, than some yodi from Arkansas or somewhere like that
Mhm.
that comes in here wanting bonds and issues and everything, and help our local people. That's what I was looking when we did that one. But I mean, I'm not a financial guru, but it seems to me like help our locals if we can, but the other ones have a better eye at it. And I understand what you're saying there also. We aren't a bank.
I'm
I've said
fine with
this
helping
several
people,
times.
but helping with that much for, I haven't seen, don't know, a business plan or anything. Maybe they're hiring 1,000 people, maybe they're not hiring anybody. It just seems like we're putting a lot of eggs into one small basket. Because I don't know how much more money you would have to lend to help anybody else, some other small business that.
When they came in and presented themselves, and again, I'm not a financial person by any means, but they did have a good, in my estimation, they did have a good business plan. If we would have went in as, if the bank were involved when we were involved, that would have put us in second place instead of first place. That's the way I looked at it. And maybe I looked at it wrong. But if we had the entirety of it, then that put us in the first place.
I understand that, but then we're thinking, well, what's more important? Is it the amount of money you have in it? So what do we have in place that will keep them from spending all the other money they have? Or to even put this money on this, we just wrote them a check. I mean, could they not just take this and go buy Bitcoin with it?
Oh, they could. Well, they know. I'm just.
I would. I mean, I came in here before and said, hey, this is the avenue we should have gone. It's tripled in, more than tripled in price. Kind of be in great shape. I wouldn't have a
But that's
problem
pretty
giving away
volatile.
$250,000.
That's pretty volatile in comparison with what those
Well,
days.
volatility is,
I mean, as far as risk.
volatility's not risk.
Well, there's a lot of risk in Bitcoin.
Government dollars are a risk, but I didn't say that online.
That's, I guess that's the way I looked at it. Is that
We're taking all the risk on a higher dollar amount than a smaller risk on a lesser dollar amount, I guess is the piece that I would have an issue with. Because like you said, what if somebody else comes in with a better mouse cage, you know, and they've got a great idea, but well, we don't have any more money to loan out. Like I said, I don't know where we stand, how much money you want to give away. I mean, if 10 more people came in with 10 awesome ideas from local folk, do we have $3 million to give away? Where do we draw the line? How much can we give? Do we have any limits on what we do? That's all I'm getting at. I mean, we are a bank.
You make some very valid points, and I think if anything like this comes back up, Richard, I think you should be a part of it.
More than happy to.
I really do. I think where we're at financially, you'd have a different insight than what we all have in your background.
The numbers we have that we show you technically aren't correct. I mean, yes, our bank accounts hold X dollars, but part of that money is not even ours, which somebody's going to ask for later for us to give them more money, I think. But there's $2.5 million on our books, it's not ours. So sure, it says we have 71. We don't have 71.
say that again. I'm sorry.
Our bottom line says we have $71 million. We don't have 71 million because $2.5 million is sitting in one of our banks that's not our money.
That's being dispersed. I mean,
We raised bond money for
Right.
another company.
Right,
And it's theirs to spend. We have no say in it. All it is, and that goes back to, where I said, what can they do with these funds? This other company, they can buy whatever they want, don't have to buy anything. I mean, and then I heard that they have assets backing these. Oh, they have wonderful, well, if they have such great assets, then let the banks take care of it. Well, again, if we want to be in top place, do we have anything on our side that will keep them from spending? Let's say they have $1 million in a life insurance policy, cash value. What's to keep them from spending that? Even though that's what we're using as collateral. Are you attaching something to that? So, but anyway, back to the other, we're just holding this money for the other folks. I was supposed to keep track and watch and make sure that they're not spending it on stuff they're not supposed to. Whereas in this case, here's all your money. But in the other case, I'd say, sure, you have money, hire your own parking lot.
well, you brought a different light to it.
That's my job on the financial side.
Can you come in sometime and maybe go through what you shared there with us about what's not ours bonds and give a little quick tutorial?
Sure.
For this part for us. Maybe not like next week, but here in the future.
Yeah, but that, yes.
Whatever you want, they come back today,
Yeah.
doesn't matter. I can show you my reports. Any other questions?
I believe so.
Thank you, Richard.
BG.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you. Art friends and neighbors, waste dumping and groundwater pollution. Good morning, Art.
Good morning.
How are you, Art?
Really good. It'll rain again tonight.
Hopefully,
So,
beans can use it, huh?
absolutely. They're looking good. We just keep it going this way.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot today, but I would like to discuss a couple of things. After the zoning board meeting the other night, there was a comment made that this situation is something the commissioners could possibly address. This brings me back to you guys again. I'd like to start by saying this industrial waste byproduct disposal in our county is not going away. Kind of like the smell from it. Emory Weems with KDHE and I spoke last Thursday. He was on site, and we talked about the approval process for the applications, the site stuff, all that kind of stuff. And one interesting thing I learned is when they're looking over these applications to choose a site or the renewals, they don't take any consideration to neighbors or the number of complaints received on the site. That is not addressed at all in this. It doesn't matter how many complaints or how serious the complaints. This is not taken into consideration at all. And I find this interesting because according to both state statute and the KDHE approval letters, if this is deemed to be a public nuisance, the whole process is illegal. And here's what brings me in today. The approval letters for these two sites in Coffee County expire October 31st. So shortly they will be working on the renewal for these two sites. Like I said, no consideration is given to any public nuisance concerns. Our concern is these renewals will be rubber stamped next year with minimal, if any, changes. They are discussing about some reduced water amounts that they're allowing to apply. The problem becomes, from what I understand, what was mentioned to me is KDHE is under state statute. They cannot increase the personnel levels in this department. They're already, in my opinion, struggling to oversee the program. If they're struggling at this time, how are they going to enforce and oversee stricter regulations? Towards the end of the conversation I had with Emory the other day, I pointed out an obvious issue that was not being followed according to KDHE paperwork specifications. The reply was, we trust them to do the right thing. this sums up the problem with the entire industrial waste program, in my opinion. KDHE is trusting that everything is being done right and not following up to see that it is. And they're also hoping nobody comes along to ask questions. Some of these industrial byproduct disposal companies operating in Kansas but outside of Coffee County are the same ones being accused of serious wrongdoing and violations in other states. A quick Google search will find dozens of violations and lawsuits in multiple states. Same type of situation. Our concern is we may only have one company operating in our county presently, but this could change, others could come in. And I have one last request from you guys. When you get home later today, take a breath of fresh air outside your home and think about what that fresh air is to you guys at your own home, and how you would feel if something like this were to pop up next to your home or work site, place of business, or anywhere that would affect you guys. And we appreciate all the help you guys have done. It was kind of asked to me as far as what my thoughts on this were, how this should be addressed. The problem should be addressed at the root of the situation. The KDHE should be addressing regulations, should be enforcing the regulations. It appears that they're unable to do so. With the staffing, I don't know what the deal is, but it's not being done, in my opinion. The zoning board didn't act upon this, so that brings us back to here. So where do we go from here? Hopefully KDHE will address the issue. That might take some time. Been speaking to several legislators about this. That is promising. From what I understand, the legislature's not back in session until January. So that is going to be a long-term approach there. So there again, it brings it back to you guys. And just kind of putting a bug in your ear more about this approval situation coming up, because I feel like that this needs to be addressed sooner than later, especially on the approval side of things, or it's going to be approved again with more potential problems.
And that's in October, is that right?
October 31st. They do send a website that requests the application be submitted 60 days in advance, which will be August 31st. So that will be looked at here at KDHE pretty soon. So, you have any questions for me? All right, thank you guys.
All right.
Your time.
Thank you, Art. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Road and Bridge Supervisor Adam Hope, our bid approval. Good morning, Adam.
Morning. I've got one other thing as well. We've got an overnight stay coming up, I think this week, for a CIC training. Other than that, just a motion for some tires purchase.
Okay. Got a motion to find the bid for assorted tires on August 13th, 2025. Parcels 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8 be awarded to Bar Tire Incorporated, Burlington, Kansas. Parcel 1 be awarded to Pomps Tire, Topeka, Kansas. And Parcel 5, Heartland, Topeka, Kansas. These bids awarded as the best bids, and to purchase same for parcels 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 for the total sum of $21,928.20 to Bar Tire Incorporated. Parcel 1 for the sum of $2,940.34 to Pomps Tire, and Parcel 5 for the sum total of $3,834.08 to Heartland. funds to be paid from the road and bridge fund.
I move to approve it.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any by Abendroth and seconded by McCurry? Is there more discussion?
Were all these bids submitted to all the tire companies in the county and in Florida?
Yep. There was, we have a master list of all of our tire dealers that
I'd like to see that list.
they all got sent to.
It shows no bids at the bottom there.
Yeah,
And they did, those folks didn't bid, is that correct?
that is correct.
Okay.
Where are you seeing that, Steve?
Right at the bottom of that chart.
DNS Service, Huntsman's, and Leroy Co-op were three that did not submit bids.
Oh, okay. They're at the
Yeah,
very
at the very bottom.
Just
Yeah.
In the fine print.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can get you that list.
Well, I guess I'm glad to see the bulk of the bid going to a local company and sure encourage other companies in the area to bid. So, any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, thank you. You guys
Thanks
have
for coming down and helping us with our issue
Yeah.
last week, last Tuesday.
No other surprises as of right now, anyway?
Still in limbo.
Okay. All right, no, not a problem.
So appreciate your guys' help.
Yep. You guys have anything else for me? Okay,
Thanks, Alan.
sounds good, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Quick and easy.
All right.
Well, wanna sign some stuff for a little bit and then take a break before 10 o'clock maybe?
Sure.
I could. Just quickly, I have a certificate of substantial completion for the jail project. Shows the date of July 21st. Is the date of completion and just requires a signature at this point. So, dropping it off to you all.
Guess you're satisfied we are, I guess.
Well, we seem to be, and it seems that, with any project, you're gonna have a few odds and ends that need to be. But we're under a warranty for the next year, so if we find that outlet cover that's cracked or whatever, we'll get it fixed.
Okay.
Thankfully, we have nothing major, everything else complete.
It's a certificate of completion.
Yep. Substantial completion, certificate of substantial completion,
That warranty good 1 year from the date of that certificate.
July 21st, that's my understanding, yes, sir.
With, who is it with? Goldberg?
Yeah, they give the final, from their point of view.
That'd be great. I
Hey,
appreciate that.
Adam, is Ryan gonna be in Jackson? Oh, he's coming back here, right.
1 year guarantee.
Take care.
Or warranty. 1 year warranty
Well,
or guarantee. What'd you call it?
I don't know, Wade, are you familiar with how that reads, that 1 year?
Here's, we need to look at it.
I don't think it probably necessarily,
I don't believe it's in that letter.
yes, needs to be in the motion. It just, for our trigger, in case somebody wants it, then it's been approved, and this document will sort of be the fallback, so. This just needs to reference in this first section where it talks about the warranty for all scope of work beginning July 21st, 2025. That's referenced in the certificate of substantial completion.
Beginning July 31st, is that what you said?
21st.
July 21st,
Yep.
2025. Well, I wrote the motion a little different than you said it, but it's got everything you said in it.
Okay, we have a motion to authorize and direct the chairman to sign the certificate of substantial completion with Goldberg and Associates with a 1 year warranty for all scope of work beginning July 21st, 2025.
And we may want to specifically reference that building since there's going to be a phase two, just in case. So
For all scope of work at the law enforcement center.
phase
one project?
Yeah, maybe say phase one, might not hurt. Yeah.
Phase project.
Okay, I'll read that last part again. Substantial completion with Goldberg and Associates with a 1-year warranty for all scope of work at the Law Enforcement Center Phase 1 project beginning July 21st, 2025.
I'll make a motion.
Been moved by Avondale, seconded by Barker. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Carries. So,
Thank you,
Because
Judge.
Eric-
Put the taps to them,
Eric.
anything wrong.
That's right.
Eric,
right.
yes, when we did the walkthrough and everything, there were lots of different, I mean, look,
Okay,
that
okay.
was pointed out to them, and they took pictures, and that's being taken care of. I mean,
It
that-
is being taken care of or has been
Or has
taken
been
care of.
taken- right,
Yeah,
right.
a substantial portion of that. And we keep finding little
Oh,
things,
sure.
you know, that we'll continue to point out to them. And,
Right. Right, thanks.
yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Thank you.
Eric, do you want to take this?
Pardon me?
Do you want to take this? I'll finish filling it out here.
Sure.
Okay, I have to read one quick copy. Effective today. Unless you want me to send it over.
Well, I don't know that it matters. Okay, yes. Thank you, ma'am.
Of the housing authority audit, do they always use the auditor that the county uses, or do they just their own?
They hire,
It's up to them to hire. I just know.
yeah, we don't,
Happen to be the same auditor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
AG is
I think it's necessary.
GGA PC on the jail construction.
Four times,
Is that-
5 out of 6
Yeah,
times.
that's,
It would be-
okay, architect.
There'll be times when you gotta, I just,
We haven't got it yet.
no, we're waiting on, I think there's, there's one conflict we're missing. No, we haven't yet. Oh, okay.
Let's see.
No, it's twisted. Either soccer or something. I have to take my last multiple times because she was just ended up finally missing chapstick containers, and the dog ate multiple chapstick containers, so I had to take her in. And they did an x-ray. Which we did Saturday. The boys told me pumpkin and bread to try to pass whatever it is.
So you'll see.
And he's going
Yeah, I mean, if you have to do that.
Okay, yeah. Well, I feel head to it, so I get it done. Stomach go around the table, and we have
Yeah.
a problem, I guess, so I know
We
it's
can
going.
split, yeah,
Okay.
we'll wait.
Okay. My dog's the barrel. And they're from
Oh, we do. It says that, I'm sorry, reissues.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was one.
Okay. That's Monday.
Yeah, I'll use that for the excuse.
Well, I told him this morning when I was
been passing in the hall.
shower live. Well, I said, it's Monday. I know it's
We're off
Monday.
to a start, right?
Yep.
I know, great. A couple of things.
Angie, can I get a copy of this so I can digest this?
Yep.
Quietly, some time.
Do you want a copy or want me to email it to you?
A copy would be better.
Okay.
Actually, if you could email it to me, that'd be awesome.
Okay. I can actually email it to all of you.
Yeah. You can email it to me, yeah.
That'd be great.
And then I'll give you, did you want it printed?
Email.
Okay.
I did. Red like a, like, I want to. Yeah.
I couldn't find the, I couldn't find the analysis just from it.
Yeah, I'm skimming, I couldn't.
Yeah.
I didn't see that either. I mean, you read all the different information, but yet, I wanna know what their opinion is on it, you know. It's what I'm always looking for when I look at it.
Yeah, because I don't understand all the numbers.
Well, their opinion is essentially that it was presented fairly.
You are, right?
It was essentially presented fairly and appears to be fair.
Yeah.
But they, I think if I read it right, it was the best opinion they could issue.
I see. I just didn't read it far enough to get into that, to get that from it.
Well, that was kind of the beginning of it.
Yeah.
This is all, everything's in there. There's only two initial, yeah.
Morning.
So all we do on this one, we just sign the front, we don't sign anything on the back. We sign all of it.
I think that's right.
That's my assumption. I think
Yeah,
that's, I
it's
think
just
that's,
based
yeah.
That's.
I mean, that front page is what we sign off on.
So.
Yes, you can. Sorry, it's Monday.
Don't say that.
That's bad.
The days where there's not as much on the agenda sometimes end up worse than days when it's full.
Dissatisfaction, I think is the word.
How you getting on, Haley?
Finally going.
Oh, okay.
Well, one load day before yesterday and 5 loads yesterday, I guess. First time they're talking about change of shop.
Yeah.
That who knows. But, yeah, we got a pretty good day on there for today, so it happened.
Bernie's coming out pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
I noticed around the country, whenever they swap out, swap those with, pretty good.
Yeah, there's some bales out there too.
Pretty good quality of it.
Yeah. And it's got some steel wood companies.
Right.
Which is, man, it's really sad about that for a week. I feel so much better. I'd have all my, way more than I've had for all my customers that demand high quality stuff. Highest quality, I just basically, it's still pretty good. That's a problem with all the rain and this time of year.
Yeah, because normally, by this time, it is getting used to.
Yeah, this is really.
Because you got to further into when they entered the initial contract, that was part of the
Small, than like.
You what?
When you guys entered the initial contract with the architect, I mean, we got pickup incidentals and stuff like that. Right?
So, this is
I mean, they built that.
jail construction project.
And if you look here, there's receipts from cilantros, from Dairy Queen. Even if they're not working for us, they gotta eat. I'm
I
serious.
think we question some of those.
I think we
before.
question. We can, I just looked at the numbers, so.
I mean, there's mileage on here, which I would expect.
Yeah.
But, well, if I remember right, I mean, this is several years ago. I mean, when the contract was signed, I believe it included incidentals, meals, and whatever. If they're,
I don't know that was done before we got.
yeah.
I can't tell you that one, but.
It's like I remember reading it before my time here too. Definitely.
So that is,
Well, if there was, we were.
If I recall correctly, that was.
Yeah. You
That
talk about
was before
ugly,
me, I was just,
you talk about ugly. That would be.
depends on which night you go.
You're right. How are you, Heidi? How are you?
Here. How are you?
I'm here.
Ready for the weekend again.
Do I?
Ready for the weekend again. I know, pushing my life away, but I'm ready for the weekend. Last week was too
Yeah,
busy.
it'll get here fast enough.
Last week was too busy, so I want a quiet week. I'm gone to it.
Vendor did not deposit 2024 check in the amount of $1,094.80. Did we stop payments put on?
Or lost. Or
Which
whatever.
would still, still imply it stops payment on.
Right. I assume it could be after so long, yeah, those are all, reissued checks. And I'm sure that, yes, I'm sure that the stop payment would have been done and reissued.
He did go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm with as long as it wakes back up, well, that's a good thing.
we would get it. There is, I mean, that's not what they're. Okay,
Unless Steve's hiding somewhere.
Unless Angie's got something else, I'm done.
Never know with her.
Yeah, no, she could come in with a whole stack.
Brian will probably bring it back to that horse too.
Okay.
Don't give me an idea.
Hey now.
Just gave him an idea, I guess.
Do what?
Gave him an idea.
Yeah.
Next time.
I know also that financials are. So what do you think, guys? 5, 10 minutes, take a little break? I prefer. I think we get.
10 o'clock?
Yeah. Why don't we take a short break, Hill, and we'll come back at 10 o'clock.
I have not asked all the time.
It makes me nervous when I look over there and see it not.
It's on.
Okay, I'm working on trying to get connected here again. For some reason, it's
The switch says it's on.
Well, yeah.
Right.
I don't know why it's not connecting now. Yeah, you can. I'll keep trying to get it.
GAS Garrett Nordstrom and CFS Sabianas, pay application for road at SSM, civil rights complaint procedures and code of ethics policy, and discussion for SSM parking lot and countywide water survey. Good morning.
Good morning.
That's multiple items here.
Glad to be here. Just a matter of housekeeping. Last week, we approved the pay application for that, number one, but there were some questions about what the cash disbursement looked like and what was the liability for the county. So I wanted to show you the second page of every CDBG pay application we've done. We typically don't get the questions, but from now on, every pay application, I'll have this ready to go, so it'll document what the county's liability is. If you look at line 1C there, go across, that's the road construction line item. It shows towards the bottom there, like we discussed it, it's 67 to 33% ratio. CDBG that's our original budget. But out of the pay application, if you move across, you'll see expended this RFP on the CDBG money side and the local side. And so we move across the row, it's a $74,035.69. That's basically the county's liability for that construction pay application, this number one. And so I'll have that for you each time we ask, or we bring it in so you can see. And I got the bottom line correct, just didn't have that number ready to go. And that's the entire budget, by the way, where we have just road construction, design, inspection, and administration for the project in there. Any questions there? I think the next thing we have on the agenda there is to approve our code of ethics and civil rights complaint procedures.
Okay. So, let's see, didn't we not do that motion last week?
That's right, we did not. We tabled it for your review of...
I think Wade had some input on one of them.
Yeah, I handed out the ethics one, the first one, there wasn't an issue, and I think you wanted to review what was handed out before moving forward.
So I do have a motion prepared for you already to go ahead and approve paying the full $270,000 now, and will be reimbursed from the CDBG grant, because you told them about it, they waited to pay, they only have 3 days. right?
That's right. Typically, if we have solvency like that, we go ahead and just pay up front. A pay application with request for disbursement to CDBG's already been submitted. It should be here by next Monday, but go ahead and write them a check and then it'll reimburse the county's account.
So what's the difference between the two figures here?
Okay, 74,035, I can put that in.
Looks like the difference would be about that 74,000, which is up there
Yeah.
in line with
Okay.
C,
Okay, that's all, we're just trying to,
the county's
Yeah.
responsibility.
okay.
Okay.
Do I have a motion to pay Kilo Construction Incorporated $270,477.04 for Project Airport Access Road, funds to come from the Community Improvement Reserve Fund in the amount of $74,035.69, with the county to be reimbursed $196,441.35 from the CDBG grant.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Been moved by McCurry, seconded by Abendroth. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
And we've already written that check, so we'll get that sent off today.
Okay.
Thank you. I skipped ahead a little bit, so I think now we need to have some conversation about that conflict of interest in code of ethics policy that Wayne's drafted.
Did you give me another copy that way?
I handed them out last week. I can,
Let me see if I can make another copy. Okay, so these are the two reads.
this is where the, I think they should, the code of ethics is a different.
Just use it.
Well, there's one that,
I'll share that.
that's one that has
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
a, it's a little,
Do you have a copy of this one?
Yeah, well, Don, Creek Lake,
I'm kind of like what it is. I can't find.
come on,
You want me to take it home?
I print new copies, I just have to go
Yeah.
take a walk. Which is fine.
You should.
Well, we're gonna get stuff set up over here. Get a desktop set up. Made it that far. Could you do that last and then go into your other, so your,
Of course. Of course. Well, let's move on then. I think we discussed last week that we take a look at this potential parking lot improvement to go along with the SSN project, and we've got the plans up that have been driven or been drawn by CFS, and we had a engineer's estimate for it. So should be clear that I don't represent SSM. In fact, we represent the county as part of the CDBG project, and it has been proposed that the parking lot would be in addition to expand economic development in the county and potentially be a positive a project to add on to the road while we were out there and had competitive prices. And so, of course, Saban's here so that we can get into the discussion, and I know you've seen this now, and I've spoken at length with Saban and with Jenny and representatives of the county to see if this is something we wanted to talk about. There's certainly some arguments for it, I think, but I think we've got the construction company out there with some competitive pricing. If we were to put this out to bid, they would obviously be extremely competitive to do this at this time. So,
Is this on county property or is it on SSM property?
I believe right now SSM owns the property. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And then we did a land deal with SSM with that. There's some other property out there that extends, it's under their ownership. And they have mentioned a couple of times that there was going to be some expansion, either them expanding or potentially another business, that there could be a deal made to pay for that. But the parking lot would be on SSM's property.
Is that the only parking lot then out there? Would they have one then on the,
They would, right now, there's not one available to them, there's only the cancel parking. So this would be the parking needed for their facility. But when we had the discussion about extending the road to the north, there was at the time when we talked about, well, should we look at the parking possibly being used for future development as well? So there's, the design for the parking lot is larger than what SSM needs because we could see it as a future use for a future business. As Garrett mentioned, that at least SSM has communicated through us that the property that the county sold them for their building, there's a likelihood that they would parcel off some of that for future development. They now that they've got their footprint, they may not need all that. It was a pretty decent sized piece of property. So anyway, that's how we ended up with the design we have, was just to accommodate possible future developments.
But aren't they wanting to expand themselves?
Even with that, I'm just going off what they said, even with the possible expansion, they feel like there's property to the north they may not need. So,
Well, then to the north of where the parking lot is, isn't that the laterals for the septic?
there are laterals there, the parking lot doesn't interfere.
It doesn't go there, but we're just talking about an expanse of ground that's not gonna be able to be used.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm thinking that whoever's wanting to expand past that, that's gonna be quite a ways to walk from the parking area. Somebody else will have to have their own parking, so.
Not only that, for the wastewater system, they'll need to make sure to keep that land, because it's all located on their land as we speak right now.
So,
And the north boundary is just probably about 25 feet to the north of where the laterals are, where it hooks in.
I'm thinking this parking is gonna be solely for them.
We may do the maintenance on it.
Yeah, it's on the property that you also.
I'm not sure that it's up to the county to put parking out there. I think that needs to be part of their project. That's just,
I agree with you, Steve.
I mean, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
I'm not saying they don't need parking, but
Are you gonna set a precedence? Are you gonna have somebody else come in who owns a business in the county and say, we need a parking lot also?
I mean, I certainly want them to succeed. But I'm uncomfortable with that myself, of doing the parking lot.
Who paid for Canseal's parking?
Pardon me?
Who paid for Canseal's parking?
Any idea?
I don't know. a lot of years ago. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
And here they are, we needed to present it to you, that's.
No, we're not, that's,
Right, and I know, like Garrett said, we had spoke a little bit, and I've spoken with Saban and with SSM leadership, and we talked a little bit about the parking lot. That's why I wanted them to bring it to you, because I didn't know if the county would be willing to share any kind of cost with it. But I do know, I understand their need for that certain type of parking lot. I don't know about the size. But they need as little dust as they can out there, so like having the asphalt is very important.
Right.
I know they've been working on and investing a lot of money into getting things open. They've been hiring locally for some of their positions. So that's why I thought it would be worth at least for you guys to hear, have a discussion on it.
Right.
So I appreciate you guys, listening to Gary.
oh, no, I mean, you don't know until you ask. I mean,
Right.
that's, to have it forward for discussion.
So they have a line item in our budget sheets that's got a little bit of money in it. Is that something that they could use for this lot? Is that money spoke for?
Are we talking about their bond, the
Yeah,
2
I
million
think
from the railroad bond?
Is that what you're going with the SSM construction bond?
I think that's part of their operating capital, their CapEx that they're gonna use for construction and equipment purchases out there.
Would the parking lot not be considered part of the construction of the facility?
I think it could be, but I think they're capped out at just a little over 20 million. And so we had financing that included the B&I structure from USDA, and also the electric cooperative sponsored that Red Lake loan, and then they went for private financing for the rest of it. So that's part of their financing, came through the county through that, and then I believe we did a bit of a bond for them as well, was that it? And so that runs through the county as part of their construction budget.
My feeling is it's gotta be a specialized parking lot for dust control. That's part of their requirements for their own building and stuff, like the construction and dust-free zones. They should be responsible for the parking lot.
Because the parking lot itself doesn't have to be this big, is that correct? I mean, this is larger than,
It's a little larger than when we asked them for how many spaces do you need, we
Right.
made it a little bit larger.
sure.
Saban, do you know how much larger?
I wanna say about a third, so I think, yeah, about a third.
And where they've got the dead space because the laterals, that's gonna, like you said, gonna be quite a distance for that to be utilized, and they own the property anyhow. So at this point would be an improvement solely for their business as far as I can see.
Yeah.
This one sheet says proposed building on here. Is that actually their existing building right now?
Let's see, probably, let's see. Yes, yes.
I figured these were major.
Because the parking lot would be where that gravel area is.
Yeah, yeah. I think we tried to minimize the parking on the frontage, because of the proximity to the highway, to minimize that.
Because, is there any parking on the south side that they were proposing, or any, I mean, I'm just curious.
I have to look at the plan again, I haven't, I think there's a little bit.
I think it's mainly on the west.
It's mainly on the west side.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
Building.
A little bit in front, a little bit on
I mean, the west side, that parking's going in regardless, I would assume.
the, yeah.
So did this proposal, did it include all curb and gutters, concrete work, asphalt, or is this just,
I think in our plans, I don't know that we had any curb and gutter, we had the paving included in it.
it kinda looks like this drawing's got some,
It-
some curves defined on it around the perimeter of it.
Yeah, he does have some parking on here, on this side, I don't know if there's more the frontage.
I just noticed on the,
Yeah.
the proposal here, there's no mention of concrete work on it.
I would need to dig into the other plans and look at, and then our estimate, to double check that.
Tell me where to stop.
Right there.
This around.
Plan.
It's a cul-de-sac, that's,
But is there a new
no,
expansion to this?
no, so Ryan can talk about that, but he called me one day, and that's the end of phase one going to the north. Is that right, Ryan? So he called me one day and asked if we needed to put that cul-de-sac
Yeah.
in there, and I told him no, since you're gonna proceed to the north, there's no sense.
Yeah, we'll spend no money on that. When I saw that, why build it?
Yeah.
Tear
We,
it out.
our inspectors told them to hold off on that.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
On the cul-de-sac.
on the
Yeah.
cul-de-sac, yeah.
that was the end of phase one going north, and then phase two up to 20, so there was no sense in doing it.
Right.
Well, I know we included some pavement in there, I don't have the numbers, I don't have it with me, but, and that's not in that package, but it's just, it may have been just asphalt that was being proposed.
Materials.
Yeah, yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna talk.
I'm not comfortable giving up $350,000 of budget hearings to Sunday.
No, I just, I'm not saying that they don't need it, I'm just not comfortable with.
Oh, I think they do need it, but I don't think it's our responsibility of the taxpayers to fund private parking lots.
That's where it's gonna be, you know, they said this year, but there's quite a lateral field there to where the next building site would be. No.
That's gonna make it not very feasible.
No worries, I'll
Public parking lot would be one thing.
Is there some way you can make them a smaller parking lot to utilize what they need now, and hopefully the growth does occur later?
I guess that would be a question for SSM, I guess, you know, and if they're gonna pay for it, I guess that would be a question for them.
I guess that's their
You know,
decision.
yeah, what
That would be their
the decision
decision.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we wanna look into any other options, I mean, I have looked through, you know, then you talk about doing other bonds or things like that for the project, and I don't know, since they already have for the bigger projects, if that's something we wanna look at, or,
I think the answer is yes. It could be resized.
Oh, sure. I don't know why I couldn't, they were, the last number I recall, they were proposing 35 employees the first year, does that sound right?
yeah, well, we talked with Bart the other day.
Right, 35, and then with the possibility of as many as, now they're looking at 80 to 90.
I I think some contracts they've had recently may have kind of sped up their expansion thoughts.
Right.
Did he give a time frame on that, on the expansion?
He was thinking, I mean, what I recall from the conversation last week was it could come as soon as the second year.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the second year, in 2 years possibly,
Yeah.
with the way it's
I'll
looking.
need to pick up a conversation with him.
Yeah.
Because I think originally 25 to 30 employees, and now it's up to, the number came out that possibly as high as 100 in a couple of years.
I've heard that.
I mean, that's,
Okay, then I really need to have a serious conversation.
you will have,
I need to have a serious conversation about what they're going to do, because we can't put a lagoon out there because it's right next to the airport. So then they'll have to upgrade their wastewater system also. The wastewater system is sized for 30 employees.
Carl, was those laterals, would they run under that parking lot?
No.
I think they'd be on the north side of that.
It'd be due straight to the north.
But to get the waste to those lateral fields, will it run under the parking lot?
No. We'll take that back, yes it will, well on the west side of the building, I'm sorry. They got a pressurized line.
I don't feel that we should be investing money in it, because there could be problems with that piping somewhere, they're gonna have to tear that up.
See, they ran, part of it's underneath the road, is what it's underneath, to answer your question, Todd, as I remember it sitting here.
Mike, just so you know,
Because
sorry about that.
It's okay.
Rock base, 5-inch asphalt base, and 2 inches of surface asphalt. That's what we had proposed for the park.
So that's exactly what that's showing under that.
Yeah. So my question was, the front had curb and gutters drawn on it, so I was,
Right.
and then,
But I do think, and I don't, I mean, the conversation was is that the expansion was going to be, I mean, it was going, the way it looks right now, things are going really well, better than what it's going to
What everybody's dealing with.
Yeah,
So-
from what it sounds like, they're just trying to get in production fully as quickly as they can, so they can meet some orders, and they're trying to hire and
Right.
get people trained.
So, Carl, can we, if we went north of the runway, then way over, like to the east part of our property, would that get us far enough away from the
Well, at
runway,
that
from
point-
the FAA to have a lagoon?
If I remember this conversation correctly with Tim Inch, did I get his name wrong? Was that there wasn't anywhere within close proximity, we had to get 10,000 feet away.
That we can use,
Before
utilize
we
the
can use it
lagoon?
again. And he says then you're dependent upon, get approved for it upon the bureaucratic process of the FFA. Then they would contact, if I remember right, they got people that had to contact for the environmental, the ducks and geese that would fly in or fly by.
Right.
So we had looked and talked about putting in a package plan out there if need be, meaning a package plan meaning a small sewer system that would treat the water.
And that would be maybe down back behind there, so.
Definitely could.
I mean, my thought would be if we put it back down there, then if that expands to the north, everybody could utilize it if we had.
Because everything we had done up to this point was based on 30 employees, not up to 100.
Right. And I
Okay.
know we're also.
Did I understand that right, Jenny? The 100, I mean, up to, possibly
I
up
think it
to,
could be, yeah,
That's how I understood it, what Bart was saying last week.
okay.
yeah.
So we would.
Yeah, I didn't want to be spitting something out that was,
So we'll definitely need to be thinking about an upgrade on the wastewater system already.
Right, and I know with some of the stuff we're doing, with the water study, I was already looking at maybe some grant possibilities to, get a bigger water line out that way too, which would probably be needed eventually.
because that's what, a 2-inch line now?
5.
Oh, it's a 5-inch line? Okay. That goes into there, in the SSM?
Jump to that in a moment, yeah.
Pardon?
I said we'll jump into that in a moment.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Sorry, maybe I'm
No, that's okay, but we just need to be aware that they'll have to, as they expand, they'll have to upgrade their wastewater system.
Okay.
But if it has to be 10,000 feet away, according to FFA, is that gonna have to call for a lift station?
We follow the Wade's lead and we go to the north, there's still enough fall to take
There's
everything
enough
to the north,
fall.
but to the back around to the east. Now, they started out originally wanting to set the tank on the north side, but on the west, or the east side, I'm sorry. And then they ended up putting it on the south side and putting in a pressurized system, in order to put it out to the lateral field where they're at now. And when we size the wastewater system, there's a chance we may have to take in processed water also. So it's something we'll have to have that serious talk once we start looking towards it. The current system has no processed waste designed into it whatsoever. It's only wastewater from the employees only. I want to make sure to emphasize that point.
Right.
It's not for any processed water whatsoever.
Restroom facilities, basically.
Yeah, that's it, restroom facilities, and then whatever they have for a break room, for a kitchen or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Because processes waters, they've never honed it down yet what they was wanting to do.
Okay.
They're not, through this whole process, they've said they're not gonna have to have any processed water.
Last time Mike Skillman and I talked, they was talking about having zero discharge, which means they would recycle everything to an extent that it would end up being either a solid waste or a hazardous waste, because it'd have to be tested by KDHE. It would fall within KDHE solid waste management permitting at that point in time.
Do they have storage for that also?
It'll be hauled away.
But I
It'll
mean,
be
you're
hauled
gonna
away.
have to,
It'll all
you're
be-
gonna have to have
it'll all
it
be
somewhere
contained.
contained until it's hauled
Yeah,
off.
they would, again, that's not my area of expertise, but they would have to have that as part of their facility, as that waste then gets removed.
Has that been sketched in, or?
Not that I know of. The last time Mike and I talked, it had not been. But when it goes to, when they're recycling or used like that, it'll fall back to a waste management permit and then where they would dispose it. Now, the reason I say waste management permit, it'll be determined whether it's a solid waste or a hazard waste.
Right.
And they have a test that they would have to run on it. And my understanding is it's just that they put it in a container, and then they'd have somebody come in as a generator. They may contact Ron and ask Ron, would you take this waste? And then they have to make that determination at that point in time. It's based on whether it's a solid waste or a hazardous waste. And as far as I know, they haven't penciled that down yet.
I'm gonna say, just on containment's what I was getting at.
Yeah, they would have to have it self-contained, yes.
We got any further discussion on the parking lot? So we'll just move on to the next item.
I have one housekeeping that's not, I hope, as complicated as this. So back in November, when we, had the meetings with Garrett and myself to go ahead and look at extending the road to the north, and within the budget of the CDBG grant is the money that you saw for engineering and construction inspection. Back in February, I provided a letter to Garrett, because I thought that's how we would have to designate our work through the process. I since have been kind of brought up to speed that I need to really provide you a contract letter so the money gets reimbursed back to you all. So it's the same engineering budget that's in the sheet that he gave you and construction inspection, the $184,750, that will come through CDBG money. But I brought some letters that you guys can look at. It's just to procedurally have my contract or our contract with you all, such that then he can pay in the reimbursement to the county. This is work we already started doing. So, I mean, we've been designing the improvements. We actually had the pre-construction meeting for the second piece last week. And so, we've been proceeding along, but it was more of a housekeeping thing that I didn't realize I had to do it through the county. And then Garrett will reimburse the county or the CDBG funds. But I'll certainly, it has signature pages. You don't have to sign it today. You can look it all the way. This is a copy for you too. It's the standard format that I've used with all of our task orders. But it's the same budget amount that's covered in the CDBG grant. So, anyway, just, and however you proceed with that, it matches the budget, and then we're doing the work, so, just needed to housekeep that. And, it does refer to our traditional, Exhibit A and Exhibit B is some, documents that are tied to some of the CDBG grant. I will send those forward. I didn't bring those with me, but I can send those forward to Angie, so you'll have those as well. That's all I need.
It makes any difference, my name's spelled incorrectly.
Okay, well, I want to get it right.
Bernard Patterson, Brookhaven
Yeah,
Patterson.
I just need an E instead of an A.
Okay.
Saban, are you wanting this done today?
It would be great if it could be today, but if it does, it just, I mean, I'd say within a week, that way when I start moving invoices through you guys, we've got it covered, that's all.
This is just a paper trail for you.
Yes.
So if you send me a corrected one with that corrected, then we can do it next Monday.
Yeah.
It's also in this folder. There's an old teacher here for each.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm.
No, it's good. Good. I'll be honest with you, I did it myself and didn't have anybody prove it, because I'm like, oh, crap, I gotta get this done. Yeah.
All right, so this number's 184,750, and the engineering design,
It covers both the inspection and engineering, so
Oh, I'm
we have
sorry.
those together.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Okay. Mark has a little experience proofreading stuff.
Yeah, a lot more than me, actually. No, Mark went up, give it to me, and I'll take it, and I'll correct it, and I'll.
Do you email it to me?
Yeah. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Saban, it says February 4th, is that intentional?
It was because that was the date I sent the letter to Garrett, thinking that's where the letter had to go. Now, if you need me to go ahead and adjust that, I can do that. I wasn't sure how you wanted me to handle that, because we've already been doing work. So it's kind of at your discretion. I wasn't sure how you wanted me to handle it.
If they sign their names and it says February 4th, it looks like they signed their names on February 4th. So, you can,
Okay, I'll make that change.
We're just doing a couple of housekeeping, so when
I
she
understand.
comes in audits, we make sure we have everything in
Sure.
place. You have a task order already with, that it has already acknowledged that work and his ability to do it, so it gets signed next week.
Okay.
Wait, on the back here, it says accepted this date of, could we fill that time stamp in on that and then sign it?
good.
Would that
Suffice that.
suffice then? Would that,
And it still says February 4th.
I don't have the problem changing. It's,
Okay.
I just wanted to, I was going off of that original letter I sent to GS. Easy enough to change. I'll make it to next Monday's date.
You can put clarifying language in it that it's,
Okay.
which I think is fine, but whatever date they sign it is what needs to be in there. And the clarifying language is,
I can add kind of an explanation.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
and I think that should work for you too.
It will, yes.
Okay.
There's also, I've seen it on several documents, and I don't think it's a big deal. But it's been referred to as 20th Street, when actually it's 20th Road. Well, the county doesn't have streets that have roads. I guess that's a minor thing.
I noticed that too.
Saban, what is the status of that road up there? Is it progressing okay?
Yeah, the phase one work is basically nearly complete. We had a pre-construction for phase two last week. We are making a couple modifications to the design plans for phase two. One of the KDOT questions was about, the KDOT was concerned about drainage going towards 75 highway. We don't believe that's the case, but we're making some changes with the erosion control, just some minor changes to make sure. We don't want anything, we frankly don't want to deal with KDOT on this front of the road. So, we do, other than that, we should be in good shape to roll once we get the changes to the plan, so we'll provide those to the contractor, and then we can get going. The only other item that I brought up to you maybe a couple months ago, KDOT still is kind of questioning us on the entrance to the airport and its size. We as a firm sent an email back to their contact. We are appealing whether we should have to make any significant changes to the airport access at this point in time. We're waiting to hear back from KDOT on that. I mean, so I think they're concerned that the entrance is not large enough to handle the increased traffic. We tend to think that width-wise and radius it is. So we're just trying to get that resolved.
Work the details out.
Yeah, so, yeah. But our opinion, we don't believe that should hold up getting the road built.
Right.
In front of you.
Agreed.
So,
We didn't put a turning lane there, did we, Ryan?
No.
no. That, to be honest with you, I think that's where this thing may end up is if these traffic volumes from the businesses increase, we're probably looking at something like that.
Yeah.
But again, as Garrett and I have discussed, I would certainly say if that's where we end up, then we go to the KDOT cost share program, which the county has utilized many times, and we do programs through there.
There's a sign right there at 20th Road, well, we'll take care of that. There's a big, billboard, I guess is what it is, so.
I think we avoided that.
We talked about that
Yeah, we
once,
did.
and you guys were
Yeah.
loop
Oh, okay.
around that.
Yeah, I asked, and they said that we should be able to leave that building
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
Okay.
we did.
So you're going in quite a ways east of the corner.
Yes, because we don't want any issues with 75 highway.
Right.
You don't want traffic coming out so close to 75 that you've got to back up. So we brought it much further to the east, so there's ample room for people to come out of the airport area onto 20th Road and make access to 75.
Because they need to be able to get out and get over so other vehicles could turn into that at
Correct.
the same time while they're waiting to get on the highway, et cetera.
Correct.
If at some point we need to do something with that billboard, or if it's messing with visibility or something, in my office, we can take care of that.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
So then throw another down the road curve at you here. If some reason the state KDOT comes in and eventually decides to make 75 highway 4-lane, is that gonna screw this all up, or is there room to the west?
Well,
With the frontage road and the airport road?
I would, with all due respect to KDOT, I would say that's their problem, because there's, whatever right of way they have, I would say no, there's not room for a 4-lane roadway to the west, so they would have to purchase right of way, to the west.
To the west, but they wouldn't, there would be no reason why they'd eminent domain that, or.
I would find that highly unlikely with the investment the county's made at an airport facility.
Okay.
That, again, I can't speak for them entirely, but to me, that would be a very expensive investment to go east with a 4-lane roadway versus to the west.
Right.
I'm not saying that they're going to, but with highway improvements in Kansas, where they go with traffic, there may be in the future sometime that might happen.
You know, with
For
all
Super
the
3.
forward thinking you all have been doing with your economic development, to be honest with you, I mean, the 75 looms there as something could be different down the road.
Major asset to our county, having it there.
And your economic development is gonna drive that. It's gonna drive it. That's all I have.
Okay. Go to next.
I think we go back to the To the official procedures for civil rights complaints and code of
Yes, sir.
ethics. This looks good.
And my job will
You know that, that's what, you made some amendments to it, I see that. Both of them, they look good to me. I mean, great job. I think we may change our template now.
So are these rules, is this just pertaining to Coffee County, or is this rules for the county?
So that's a good question. We are bringing this before you because it's a requirement to receive the Community Development Block Grant dollars from HUD, that we have a official procedure for civil rights complaint and also a code of ethics.
And just reading it here, it just, it sounds like, rent houses, different things you're talking about here. It sounded like things other than what pertains to
Our project.
Coffee County. Yeah.
So we have to have a complaints for civil rights procedure on, if we're gonna take federal money, we have to have I guess you would say procedures for that. If there were to be somebody come to the housing authority and say, we feel like we have been suffered some type of aggression, or somebody didn't rent a house to us, or there was something like that, then there is a procedure where we identify a civil rights complaint representative. And when it comes to the grant, that's typically me, but when it moves forward, there'll be somebody at the county.
So this has to do with the grants, that's for,
Both the LEVO, Early Childhood Development
Right.
Center, and the SSM Road Project both have CDBG money in them.
okay.
It's good to refresh everybody.
And that's why that's where HUD comes in.
That's where HUD comes in, and they're gonna come in a couple of weeks. We're gonna schedule a monitoring and audit with the Department of Commerce. They're gonna come and look at these couple of things, and these are the last two things. Savings agreement, we wanna make sure that's tidy, and everything else, all the money's together. And we'll have our first audit. I think we're ready to go. Does that answer your question, Wade?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to, that explains it.
In the future, it'll be on file, and it'll just be, things will be kind of tidy there.
Yeah. So, Mr. Bowie, have you had the opportunity to look at this?
Yes, we've talked about the civil rights document several times, and
Yeah.
as Garrett said, it's a requirement for the CDBG grants through the Department of Commerce. The other one is one that I created and is a substitute for what Garrett provided originally. I've worked on that for some time. You get to choose your path, but my opinion is the one that I provided you last week is more tailored and suited for the county side of things, but I think it covers what Garrett needs for commerce as well.
So is this the one you developed then?
The one that looks like that, it should be attached to what you have.
Right.
It's the third page,
Okay.
and it's titled A Resolution Establishing a Code of Ethics.
I just made a comment the way that we're gonna change our template to be this now.
Few days.
Well, I can't take complete credit for it because other counties have something similar, and I've taken what they have and sort of expanded on it. One of the areas this one sort of expands on is the
Mark wrote that on there.
Substantial interest.
Yeah.
I had,
It looked like
I had
my
to take a
scribble,
copy because
so
I didn't
that's
have
why I
one.
was at it.
I didn't get a copy of those, so I had to make it happen.
Okay, I thought, did I write that on there?
No.
'Cause it sure looks like I could have.
That's something I need to stay right either.
So, we'll be adopting these two policies, correct?
You'll adopt the civil rights one, the ethics one will become a resolution that will, in essence, have the same force and effect, I assume, for CPDG purposes. And if you want to go with the resolution, then I need to add the signatures for the commissioners, and I can easily go do that and bring it back here before the end of the commission meeting. I just didn't know if anybody in reviewing it had any questions or needed something adjusted,
If you're good with it.
but Mark may see some
Haven't seen anything yet.
edits that need to be made or something there.
I reviewed it a week ago, and I don't remember anything.
Okay.
I guess you could do the one motion.
Okay. So do I have a motion to adopt the Coffee County, Kansas official civil rights complaints policy and authorize and direct the chairman to sign same?
So moved.
Been moved by Barker and seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. There's half.
I'll go get that going.
Imagine you just keep those and scan those, keep the originals in the file that
Okay.
you're keeping.
Yep, and I'll scan them to you. Okay.
And then we are looking for a date, Maria was.
Yes. So, do they all need to be there?
No, in fact, we should clarify that the audit that we're gonna have with the Department of Commerce, there'll be 2 of them for each project. Now that we've made our first request for payment, they wanna come in and audit, make sure these things are in order, all the money's in order. The commission does not need to attend, nor, we just wanna come in and say hello to Angie, and then we'll go into a room and sit down together. We represent the county in that audit, but we don't anticipate there to be any findings whatsoever there. We'll be in and out in an hour, and then the rep will come back and we'll discuss and say we didn't find anything, and then we'll move on. And you'll get a letter officially from the Department of Commerce.
So, on those dates,
Any of them work for you? Or do not, maybe I get you to.
what time will they be coming, just so I know?
I have to confirm with them.
Tuesday, 9/2 will be commission meeting day. So either 9/4 or 9/5.
Okay, let me get back.
Okay. Yeah, just let me know.
Thank you, everybody, great job. Is there anything else?
Thanks for coming in. No, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
So then we'll do the ethics one by resolution.
We can do that one.
What
the next-
number?
Yep.
Let's see, let me get that. Like the next number will be 950, or 2025-951.
So once I get this plugged in, we'll come back later this morning, and unless, my anticipation is they haven't voted, but they're gonna vote, approve it, and once that happens, then a copy of it can be sent to you as well.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I guess that's everything on the agenda.
You guys have questions for Saban?
Yeah, what about the water study?
I finally got an update. We were working with multiple sub-consultants because they work for the water districts. Finally got an update that we should have a draft report complete by the end of this month and bring to you. We were waiting on some information from one of the sub-consultants. I've got pieces, some from Midwest Engineers, some from PEC. So we're finally getting that all together. But we were waiting on one of the sub-consultants work with one of the districts.
So, did you have, we want to start roundtable, or you want to have something else for us, Wade?
I've got roundtable, but it may take a little while. There's several different things. Legal issues, I don't want to steal Mike's thunder on Maribel, so I might let him talk about that. And then, I don't know, Heidi, do you have something? Or you just- So that's, I'm gonna need at least 2 executive sessions. I'm not sure how long. One of them will be short, the other one may be longer.
Okay.
Just call it, Jimmy.
No, I was here just to hear about that.
Okay.
Okay, so we've covered everybody, we don't want to.
Right. Are you gonna be meeting or anything with?
Possibly, not to begin with, I can give you notify you.
I got my phone with me. Garrett was wanting to talk to me about some water things that was going on.
I guess that would be my same question. Do you guys need for anything?
I have no idea.
Okay.
There was some stuff that you sent out to, or Angie forwarded it to us, that I think came from you, about the property across on 75 from.
Yes,
And
so,
that I read through all that for today, and
Is that for next week?
is that for next week?
yeah,
Okay,
so,
okay.
yeah, 75 Development, I met with them, their team, several times, had a couple conversations with
Okay,
Patrick.
that's
and
for
then,
next week.
yeah, he wanted to come talk to you guys about kind of what we've been talking about.
That's on the,
That'll be on the agenda for next week.
Wastewater
Yeah.
deal or something, right?
This is a potential subdivision they want to.
on the east side,
Yeah.
on the east side,
Yeah.
75, yeah.
Luna's old place.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was what I figured it was.
Yeah, but if you guys have questions, like I said, talk to them a little bit, I'm sort of caught up to speed on that project, and I might be able to answer some of
Okay.
them.
Okay, very good.
Should we start a round table with Angie so we feel like we accomplished something?
We did circles. Just that. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
No, thank you.
Since we just tie into our executive sessions, either way, so I don't care. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he left, so let's go somewhere else. Angie, you got a name round table?
Okay, so I don't really have a whole lot other than next Monday will be the R&R hearing, and then the approval of the budget, if all goes well.
So,
Um,
that public comment section is ready, so that ain't.
yes.
Does it work, Angie, is that part of our commissioners meeting, or?
So you'll open the meeting, and then you will go into a public hearing immediately, and then you will resume as a Board of County Commissioners later.
What time was it? It was like 9:15
Yeah,
or
9:05.
9:05?
And Jared Gilmore and Phillips will be here also, in case there are any changes.
Okay.
So, and you can make changes to the budget if need be.
We can take steps to reduce it, we just can't increase it.
Right. But I think what you've done so far, just from what I've seen, I feel like you've done about as much as you can without hurting any. But otherwise, I don't think I have anything else unless I think of something later, but I think everything is status quo. We've got the employee appreciation picnic scheduled for the 8th. Otherwise, we're just cruising along.
Okay. Everything that I had in mind has already been touched on, so Steve?
No, I'm gonna be quiet today. You're like,
It's your thunder. So, with the terminology thunderous sound, we're all aware that the front of the building fell off. Wade and I met with Angela Trimble down there, the adjuster, the insurance company. There was another guy that showed up Friday I met down there, some kind of, I don't exactly know what he does, but apparently the insurance company hired him as a investigator or something. And then I think last Wednesday, there was an engineer that showed up down there that the insurance company hired to come down and try to figure out what happened. So anyway, we walked around the building. He actually looked over both buildings when he was there, and he seemed pretty content that those buildings were stable. He said he was in pretty good shape. He noted that the two buildings next to him had some issues that perhaps could have affected what had happened with that east parapet wall. So he was to give a report and give it to Rick, I believe. Was that his name mentioned?
Yes.
And so, I guess the long and short of it is, we're waiting on the insurance company to decide what direction we're going on this. I know there's some concern about the west building, the 407 building, that parapet wall, how it goes up and cantilevers out in comparison to the way the 405 did. And it was kind of maybe brought up about going up and taking that top 10, 12 courses of brick off where it cantilevers out over the retaining wall and just making a straight shot up and getting rid of all that potential
Have
load.
that weight hanging out.
Correct. And I don't think that would take much to do. And then on the 405 building, just taking that parapet wall up another couple of courses of brick and capping it there and not putting back all that weight on top of it.
Like it near as tall as it was before.
Correct, about half of that. By doing that, we're gonna get past the roof line on the back side so we can roll the membrane over it and put a piece of aluminum on top, and it would work, it would be fine. And I think that's the cheapest and best route to go. Like I said, that west building is concerning, all that weight up there. I mean, I imagine both of those buildings were probably established about the same time. And I'd sure hate to see that other side do what this one did. So, but like I said, we're kind of waiting on the insurance company.
Can you pull the one wall that's still existing, you call it parapet,
Parapet wall.
and make it uniform?
Yes,
one across?
that's exactly our intent. So, pull some brick off, take that brick, put it on the 405, bring them up to the same elevation on top, roll roofing over, cap it, and they're both done. So.
I'd be in favor of that. You know, and if by doing that, you had an engineer who just looked at it here, even though he wasn't hired by us, hopefully they'd be pretty stable then,
Yeah.
when they had did that.
Yeah.
We get a structural statement of some sort from him, so.
He's supposed to send out a report to us. So,
That'd be great.
We have some
Be
chief
helpful
in
down the
something
line
happens
here.
down the line.
yeah, but he was impressed with both buildings, except for the age of them, he was in really good shape.
and that's, Murray Bell's, I mean, that's
Both buildings.
both, right.
Yes, both buildings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So by getting that weight off the top of the 407 building, we're gonna eliminate any potential future problems. So, another boom. So, and I did get a quote from the glass company to replace that window that was broke in it. It was reasonable. It was less than I really expected. And then a road and bridge came down. Adam Hope come down that day, Tuesday, and brought his skid steer. Cleaned up the mess. I know the old boy Robert's lift was underneath of it. It sustained some pretty good damage, and I don't know the status of it, if he's gotten anybody to do it, but the green one down there is my lift. I brought it down so he could get up there and finish taking off whatever we needed to stabilize it.
So, well, thank you for that.
Not a problem.
If I can add on to Mike, so as he was dealing with that, prior to, I was coordinating with the insurance company in Trimble because I'm Vegas County's main contact, but I'm also still dealing with a personal issue besides the contractor whose piece of equipment that got damaged. There was also a personal vehicle that was damaged. So we are working on that as well and getting that taken care of, so.
Yeah, she
I didn't.
had a brick bounce off the curb and went over. Yeah.
Put a line in it about that long, 8 1/4 deep.
The best thing out of all this, no one was hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
thank gosh it was marked off there.
Yeah, because they were talking about taking that down. Like, wow, couldn't that have been really bad?
I mean, the good part about it is when we get it fixed, that whole front ought to be pretty good shape. Good. So the old building's pretty good shape. That sounds good
Yeah,
to me.
I mean, that'd be nice that we, in a way, kind of getting a stamp of approval.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
Like I said, I'd hate to get rid of it if we knew that something.
Right. What if that's a problem on
That's
this?
just it.
That's about all I got, really. I got other stuff, but that's enough for today.
I can't top that.
I got two things. One, everybody's been aware of what's been going on with the dumping at the McNabb and Hodge Place. We got to take care of something with that. I mean, it's far and wide. We just can't look the other direction. I think we're going to be talking about that shortly. And two, when we come across here, we had 2 resignations off the housing board. Anybody know what's going on there? Why? What's for? Do they need to come in and see us?
One person had a letter attached to it.
I read that.
That said, you know, that personal, had other things going on in life and could no longer fulfill it.
But
I don't know anything about the other.
that's kind of concerning.
Right, I don't know anything about the other.
Said the other one was verbal that it was pending, or do I remember that right?
Pardon?
It said it was verbal that the resignation was pending, but I didn't know if it actually occurred.
Not officially heard
They're
that.
both effective immediately from what I've heard.
The second one's kind of,
Yeah, I thought it was kind of vague in the second one, that was unclear.
Right.
that's all I've got.
Okay, yeah. We did have, what, 1 application? 2, and we'll have to open that up again, I suppose. So, do we need to go ahead and put that out there?
Probably ought to go in sooner than later.
Yep.
Yeah, to try to,
So you need a motion to advertise for that?
I would assume we do.
Do you know where the 2 are in their terms that it's signing? How much time they have left?
One is almost halfway through their term, expiring in 27. The other one is
Ours is 28.
2028.
Is there a date?
Yeah, October
confirm that that one resignation did happen?
I can, yeah. He's just verbally, I think they asked for him to give a written, but they gave verbal so far.
Okay.
If we haven't confirmed these, how are we taking applications for it?
Well, the one's confirmed.
I mean, just the applications that were already submitted.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we go ahead and take application, we can go ahead and advertise for it regardless whether we have one or two. Am I
Well,
correct?
I'm just saying the two applications that we've already received for the positions.
Yeah, those came in from,
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
yeah, those already came in from the agency.
The agency is in housing.
Okay.
Yeah, we haven't published anything yet.
How soon, what kind of a deadline you want on the applications?
Into September?
You gotta have published time and.
They've already had their August meeting, right? So they have a September
Yeah.
meeting. Just trying to think of how many meetings they have with two vacancies, so they'd have one meeting set it up at the end of September, which
If we made it at the end of September, that'd be enough time, wouldn't it?
Should be more than enough time.
What's that, Mark?
That should be more than enough time. I was thinking even shorter than that.
It doesn't matter to me, that's for sure.
Yeah, starting point. Maybe 15. I was gonna say, if we'd have the applications by the 12th and then make the appointments on the 15th.
That gives enough time for the publishing and everything, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Is that okay, Mark?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Should I just do it out there?
Sure. Yep. Okay. Do I have a motion to advertise for 2 housing authority board positions? And, okay, yeah, that makes sense, until September 12th, 2025. Also move.
I'll second.
Thompson's moved, Peterson seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Was that all you had, Todd?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Bowie, want to go with the short one first, or they all in order, or
did not matter, it's the same. Just maybe a little bit of follow-up on Maribel's, one of the things with those buildings, being proactive, insurance gave the county permission to have people come out. Usually you can't move a bunch of things around until the adjuster comes in, but to make it safe, that was cleared. I talked with Angela, she ran it through EMC, and probably outside of that, putting a temporary patch on the roof, which also had to be cleared, so just to try to salvage and make sure that.
Roofer came down there and pulled it, the liner over the front and attached it, and I took my guys down, we boarded the windows up on it, and
yeah, that's good.
But it break one window, or just one?
That's way better than it did
that day.
that day, yeah.
Yeah.
And much safer.
The risk mitigation is
Right.
what I want
Right.
to mention, that it had to be cleared by insurance.
Sure.
They approved it and it was done. So, and, Adam and his crew came out. I tried calling Ryan was busy, Adam was in a radio meeting and he immediately jumped on it. mentioned that the only time I ever call them is with bad news, so I need to try to call them with good news at some point in time. But they were ready, and I was gonna help, and they had it taken care of before I could even make it down there. Mike too. So,
The insurance company did say keep track of all the expenses we had on this first.
Okay.
So it sounds like the insurance company is just going through a procedure to make sure that.
That it's covered under the
Right,
policy.
right.
Correct. And I haven't heard anything from anybody, so.
and Trust Point was right on it too. They were down there within.
Half an hour.
Yep.
Very, very punctual.
Great. Executive session number 1. This didn't make the agenda because it was, it occurred, or the message was relayed to me basically right at or just before 5 on Friday. So this is in reference to legal advice and referenced the VETO CID rebate agreement, and 10 minutes should be sufficient.
Okay. Motion to enter into executive session for 10 minutes to include each of the commissioners and County Councilor Wade Bowie II to discuss matters deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship regarding the VETO CID rebate agreement under Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319B2.
Did you make a motion?
I didn't.
Make that motion.
Curtis made the motion, seconded by Barker. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. We will enter in at 11:17. Another minute. We got someone to get here. Please. Thank you. Hey, the light come on.
We did.
Peterson's just not doing it right.
It's Patterson's fault. Patterson.
Patterson.
Maybe they got it fixed this morning.
I don't know.
It wasn't working while we were.
I know. So maybe they were here and got it fixed.
I don't know. Maybe they did.
Oh, what else?
They did. Kind of like Christmas tree lights.
Yeah.
See?
It's like off and on.
I guess. So, no action taken, is that correct?
No action taken.
In the previous executive session?
The next executive session, 25 minutes. Same people, same attorney-client, and the subject will be legal advice and/or opinion regarding county options for solid land waste application.
Solid waste.
Not management, that's a whole different.
Disposal.
Should we say solid waste disposal, or what should we?
That's
Solid waste man.
Solid waste and wastewater disposal.
yeah.
Yeah, waste.
Solid waste and wastewater.
the question would be, do you want just myself, or do you want to include Carl B. as the environmental officer for the county, and Amelia as the health department director?
I'd be fine. with
That'd be fine.
them, wouldn't you guys?
It would be,
Yeah.
because they've been involved.
I'm, and I've had conversations with both of them, so.
Okay.
So we just need to
I put her title, I forgot to put her name.
check and make sure they're available.
That close. That's, well, I don't see Amelia on there.
Yeah.
So we want to just,
We want to make sure they're available.
yeah, just wait to make the motion till then.
You wanna go 20 or 25 minutes?
25.
I think it's gonna
Yeah,
take
it's gonna take
25.
25, it may take more than that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I don't think we're gonna get out at noon.
I don't think so.
Let's do this. I want 15 minutes myself with you guys, and then from there, if you want to extend it
Okay.
and have a separate executive session and include those two, we can do that. That way it's
That's
broken
fine.
Kind of put them on warning to be around.
up. Carl knows.
Okay.
So you need this one for
15 minutes with myself.
Same, everything?
Yes,
But without them.
without that, yeah.
Okay.
And I can probably easily fill that time slot.
Take that, deleting that out of the
Yeah.
Now, while you're doing that, I'll see if they can be in the bullpen if needed.
Okay, okay. I'll make a motion to enter into executive session for 15 minutes to include each of the commissioners and county councilor Wade Bowie to discuss matters deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship regarding legal advice and/or opinion regarding county options for solid waste and wastewater under Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319B2. I'll move. I'll second. Barker, second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We will go in at 11:35.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back and no action taken. We'll wait here a moment, probably do another one or two executive sessions, so see if we can get everybody organized for the meeting.
Yeah. Did you lose yours? Stringer.
I wish someday.
I need a lanyard.
We'll
You
go
can have
somewhere.
mine if you wanted.
We'll go somewhere and he's like, "Where's my phone at?" I'm like, "How can you not know where your phone is?" I just do not know. Yeah, because it's not it's like it's attached.
Yeah,
You know?
it is.
I can't let it get out of my sight.
So I'm requesting a second executive session to be under the same subsection, but this time it would be include myself, the board, your health department director, your environmental director, the
That's the one you got here at the bottom, right?
Mm-hmm.
they are more in line in, as it relates to this particular topic. They have some subject matter expertise in the health and environment area, and that will supplement my legal advice regarding this particular issue. So I'd suggest 15 or 20 minutes, whichever you feel is
Just
I'm
take-
sure, I bet we can burn up 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
you would think you could do it in 15, but,
Millions on our way up.
okay. So we want to wait just a second till she gets here. or-
She needs to go by the bathroom.
Okay.
And then just remember, before you recess, I need to go print this off, bring it back, and have you sign it, which will, I just have to run across the parking lot. But if you want to take a break or talk about something else, I just need to go pull it up and,
Oh, you mean after we get out here?
yes,
Okay, okay.
I just don't want you to forget.
Yeah. Okay. Asking for a motion to enter into executive session for 20 minutes to include each of the commissioners and county councilor Wade Bowie, health department administrator Amelia Marchant, and environmental health director Carl Lee to discuss matters deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship regarding legal advice and/or opinion regarding county options for solid waste and wastewater under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319B2.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved by Barker and seconded by McCurry. Any further discussion?
Can we do that in here, or do we, or, I mean, just because,
We can do it in here.
I think we'd be all right in here, wouldn't we, on this subject?
I mean, we've got more space in here.
Yeah.
She left her
When we
phone.
close the doors,
I'll go get my phone.
What'd you say?
we close the doors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We will go in at 11:50. Anybody see when it kicked over? 57. Maybe we better give ourselves a little time.
Let me go get my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, we use 4 steps there.
It looks like I had enough time, don't I?
Yeah, we have.
I didn't glance up there and see when it clicks.
Good job. Sent it to her already?
I'm on it.
Oh, good.
Sorry, guys.
Oh, you're
Yeah, should have. A little closer.
Yeah,
Just a minute in the world.
I figured about that, so I was gonna get that to them too.
Oh, you were? Oh, okay.
And 20 minutes can go by so darn quick.
fine. There it is. This last one.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry, I was just.
We're back in, no action taken at this point.
I think no action. In fact, I think things need to continue for another 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Same people, same ground, same subject matter.
Can we do 20?
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
We had no trouble using that,
Yeah, I got kicked out, yeah.
Okay, motion to enter into executive session for 20 minutes to include each of the commissioners, the county councilor Wade Bowie II, health department administrator Amelia Marchant, and environmental health director Carl Lee to discuss matters deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship regarding legal advice and/or opinion regarding county options for solid waste and wastewater under the Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319B2.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved, by Amidroff and seconded by Barker. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. We'll enter in at 12:19. Hopefully I gave us enough time.
Time.
Okay, we're in.
That was me, trying to open it.
Well, I guess no action taken at this point from the previous executive session. We need any more?
That's your call.
Everybody think?
I mean, it's,
I'd like a 2-minute one, just to, where we can talk just a little bit more, just with the commission. And wait, I'm sorry.
Okay, okay. Concerning this matter.
Yes.
Same thing as the first
Yeah.
executive session then. So,
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you very much.
Do you, okay, I might, or, yeah, I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mel.
I'd make a motion to enter into executive session for 10 minutes to include each of the commissioners and County Councilor Wade Bowie to discuss matters deemed privileged in the attorney-client relationship regarding legal advice and/or opinion regarding county options for solid waste and wastewater under Kansas Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4319B2.
second.
Been seconded by McCurry.
Did you move?
I did,
Okay.
yes. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We'll go in at 12:42. Thank you, Angie.
Uh-huh. See what I've got on them?
For how long? For 10, wasn't it?
Yep.
Well, it was, I must have just rolled over, didn't
It always is a long one.
There it is.
Okay. Well, guess no action taken in the previous executive session.
Oh,
No action taken, so.
Okay.
Anybody else have anything?
just this resolution.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Okay.
We'll let you run over this.
can we take a break?
So,
Huh?
Can we take a break?
Yeah.
what you have in front of you is all I'm going to do is adding resolution 25-951 and your signature lines on it. That will take probably between walking over there and coming back 10 minutes. If you took a 10-minute break, I'll be
Yeah,
right back.
that'd be great. Yep, I forgot. Okay. Take a 10-minute break. Be back at 12. We won't, we'll be back at 1:03.
Got your running shoes on?
There's gonna be a steps in the day.
You got a new job.
I don't need another one.
Yeah, don't you know it?
He had to walk clear to his office, is that right?
Yeah, and print that maybe. So,
He said 10 minutes.
He did.
need one of the.
He didn't have his running shoes on.
That's right.
And that nobody interrupted him while he was over there. Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's,
I know how that works. I felt somebody in the shop, I'll be right back. I'm like, yeah, right.
they roll their eyes.
Yeah.
So are you doing Big Square right now?
Yeah, got a few, a few round bales,
Right.
but, yeah, buy all of our little bales.
Do what?
I buy all of our little bales. I haven't had a lower baler in the bale wagon for several years.
Yeah.
Just can't do everything.
Yeah.
That works good too, because those guys that I buy them from have the labor and help get them loaded and
Sure.
everything, because I'm kind of wore out on that.
Yeah.
I'm not much help anymore. I can help them for about a half a load, and I pay for it.
Thank you.
Why that is. Must have done a few too many before.
I'm sure that's right.
This blows on out of here, we get going again, ready to go.
Yeah.
Almost still out there. Leaves aren't even moving.
Really?
I don't think it's supposed to amount to much.
Yeah.
Don't look like there's much wind.
No.
None at all.
Yeah.
And lots of humidity. I don't know what got this morning, some of us is alarm. It fogged over instantly.
Right.
Well, Steve said he was waiting until it warmed up so he could go to work.
Yeah. I got home, was it last night, late, and had the air conditioner cranked up pretty good in the pickup, and I got out and opened the door.
Yeah.
My glasses, I had to take my glasses off to walk up the steps to get out.
Yeah, it doesn't take long for them to fog over.
Oh, yeah.
We might have to move Wade back over to the other office.
Yeah. Getting a printer over here. Yeah, I think everybody kind of knew that'd be a little bit of a downside.
Yeah.
But sure got a lot of the upside for them, I'm sure.
Oh, it sure gives them a lot of space over there where they need it.
Yeah. And gave us an area that we could utilize.
Yeah, that we could utilize.
Might have to have Wade buy our lunch today.
Hey,
there he was.
maybe
Speaking of.
he probably disagree with you, right?
I don't know. He may not.
Disagree with me?
About buying our lunch today.
Yes, sir.
Not sure why the last page is blank. Part of the delay was me trying to get rid of that page, and as soon as I try to fix it, it would change the entire formatting of the entire document. And I finally said, we're just gonna print it with that blank page.
Felt like every time I print off a receipt from something and it's got, we can recycle it. Three little letters on this last page, you know, they didn't have nothing to do with anything.
At least you got Mark's name, right?
Originally, it only had one key in it.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
This is the same as the first one, right? Just with signatures on it?
And it says resolution 2025-951 at the top. Figured you wouldn't appreciate if I just slid in a new section altogether. Which I don't know what it would be, that's pretty comprehensive. Do you need Angie?
Well, or somebody, if they're gonna record a motion.
Pro, ethics pro.
Motion?
Thank you, 1 minute. I think I have it on there.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I'll move to approve resolution number 2025-951, a resolution establishing a code of ethics for officials and employees of Coffee County, Kansas.
A second.
Been moved by Peterson and seconded by McCurry. It's what he said. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
All right, and I'll need to sign. Okay, Mark, you moved.
Steve seconds.
Seconded, right?
Yes, yes.
Was all this the same as our prior one? or-
I don't think there was a prior one.
Okay.
Talking about prior.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was the same as today's.
Oh, yeah,
He just added the word resolution.
But we had not had one.
no.
This is a new resolution.
So that, anything that had to do with that was contained within the policy and procedure manual, and it's half a page, maybe a little more. So some of what you see there is actually, especially for elected officials, required. So you remember the statement of substantial interest that you have to fill out as an elected official. Well, when you apply for an elected position, and that some of the things that are contained within are part of the Kansas governmental ethics side of things. They deal with substantial. So, yeah, there's a ethics conflicts of intersection, but it's not as substantial as what that resolution would be. Possibly. I think since this now applies to everybody,
Yeah.
a lot of it seems to be common sense.
Can you give that back to Carl if you see?
Oh, yeah.
That's just good for the traffic light.
That's 15 blue pens. I don't know where. Anybody have a blue pen? That's a black.
No, blue pen, I got one.
I have tons of pens.
Oh, that's
I don't know what color they are.
Well,
I got a lot of blue pens, I don't know if they're blue ink though.
If only we had something to write on.
Your pen is efficient.
Well, do we have anything else left to do, guys?
Only adjourned.
Okay. Guess we could adjourn at 1:15.
Okay.
Good week.